Welcome to this technical how-to video. My name is Kelly Campbell. I look after Protecht ERM Help, and I'll be walking you through the process of connecting Protecht ERM and ServiceNow through the Workato platform so you can synchronize new or updated incidents from ServiceNow to Protecht ERM. So here's a quick breakdown of what this video will cover. We need to create some custom fields in ServiceNow, then import the recipe into Workato. We'll set up a connection from Workato to Protecht ERM and another connection to ServiceNow. We need to start the recipe and then we verify successful integration. So before you begin, there are a few prerequisites and things to note. This content is provided to help technical users implement integrations using RESTful APIs and an iPaaS platform. To effectively use this material, you will need administrator level access and skills in Workato, ServiceNow, and Protecht ERM. In Protecht ERM, you'll need the Marketplace package, Incident and Breach Management, as well as an API user account with permissions for the Incident and Breach Management Register, User Management, and Business Unit Management, and API access. More information on all of that is available in our help. If you're not using the most up-to-date version of the Marketplace package, you can still use this integration by adding some fields to the register. See our help for details. And just a note on security, this integration setup pushes data out of ServiceNow to an external service provider. We do recommend that you review the Workato privacy policy. So first you'll need to create some custom fields in your incident form in ServiceNow. These custom fields will provide data for the required fields in the Protecht ERM register. All the attributes you need to create these fields are provided in Protecht ERM Help. We also have a link to ServiceNow's documentation if you need help with the process of adding custom fields. Here are a couple of things to note on changes to data. ServiceNow is the source of truth. The integration synchronizes data in one direction from ServiceNow to Protecht ERM, but this only applies to the fields in the integration. If two users make changes simultaneously in the same entry in ServiceNow and Protecht ERM, the Protecht ERM user won't be able to save until they refresh the entry. A notification will appear in the entry like the example pictured here. We'll see this in action when we verify the integration at the end of this video. Next, we'll need to import the recipe into Workato. You can download the recipe file from Protecht ERM Help. Go to the Step 2 heading in the How-To guide and click on the download link. Then log in to your Workato account and from the side menu, select Tools and then Recipe Lifecycle Management. Open the Import tab and then click Import or Import a package to a new folder. Upload the recipe file, select a folder and click Next. Review how the file will be imported and click Next. Then click Finish. To connect Workato to Protecht ERM, we need the Register ID from Register Designer. So opening Register Designer in the Incidents and Complaints application, open the Incident and Breach Management Register. The Register ID can then be found on the General tab. So I'm just going to copy that and paste it into Notepad to use later. Next, go back to the How-To guide and scroll down to the Step 3 heading. Find the Variables table and review the ServiceNow Unique User Lookup attribute. Decide whether you want to use email or username here. In Workato, open the recipe and select Step 2. Click Edit to update the ERM Incident Register ID and the ServiceNow unique user lookup attribute if you wish. The Register ID must be updated in order to connect to your specific incident and breach management register. Then save and exit the recipe. Open the Connections tab and then select the Protecht ERM connection. Enter the information on screen to set up the connection. You'll need the username of your API user in Protecht ERM and the security token for that user, not the password. If you're not sure how to get the security token, just have a look in Protecht ERM Help where we have that information. You'll also need the base URL of your Protecht ERM instance. When that's completed, click Connect. To connect Workato to ServiceNow, select the ServiceNow connection. Enter the information on screen to set up the connection. You'll need the username and password for your service user in ServiceNow. You'll also need the first part of the URL of your ServiceNow instance. When that's completed, click Connect. All that's left now is to start the recipe. For the last step, let's verify a successful integration. So here is my incident and breach management register, and I'll just go over to ServiceNow and create a new incident. So I'm adding a Department of Customer Support, which should come through as a business unit. And the caller will come through as reported by. Short description will be the title in Protecht ERM. And when I'm finished, I'm going to click Submit. And then popping back over to my register in Protecht ERM, I'll just refresh the screen and open up the register again. And we can see that there is a new entry there created by the Workato service user, and it has all the details that I just entered in ServiceNow. So that was successful. And now, making note that the status in external system in this entry is showing as new. If we go back into the existing entry in ServiceNow and change that state to in progress, clicking Update, then back over in Protecht ERM, the entry is open currently, and we can see that the notification appears to tell us that the record has been modified and we need to refresh it before we can continue. And yes, after refreshing, we can see the updated status in external system.